Today, we are going to be drafting our what we think are the best Magic sets of all time. Evan is going to go first, and I'm going to be on the wheel. We're going to make 5 picks each, and we're going to see where we land. So, Evan, go ahead.
For me, a top pick is Dominaria. It's an absolute flawless set. Richard Garfield was involved with it. It's incredibly well balanced. The commons can answer the mythics, and I just love everything about it.
For me, it's Tempest, and it's easy peasy. Like,
Nice.
changed the entire way we played the game of Magic, and so many cards in that set that have stood the test of time in multiple formats.
I am going to go with, original Innistrad is tough to argue against. Arguably the best draft format until Dominaria came out and is still probably top three all time. And a lot of my remembrances are based on the limited formats. So speaking of limited formats, I'm going to take Cons of Tarkir
Hmm.
as my second pick. Super fun format. Introduced a new plane that was really fascinating as well.
If we're talking about best designed products, whatever, I might take the original Jumpstart.
Yeah, man. I love that
Like,
pick.
I think it served its
Oh,
purpose of bringing people
wow.
back to the game. It
That's a
was
good
quick and
choice.
easy to play because we hadn't had a quick form of Magic that wasn't just like beginner starter decks. So, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of into that if we're talking about product design.
My second pick here, I'd probably have to go with Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. It
Yeah.
hit so many notes. It was the first time they really kind of went back and fixed a plane that had gone wrong, or this was sort of another classic. It's not going to work. It's never going to work, and it totally worked, making it futuristic with the neon, and like the lands to this day are amazing, and a lot of the cards are fantastic. Some stuff got banned. It was so good. That's a great set. My next pick, I would say, is Time Spiral. Time Spiral was a very
That
ambitious
was gonna be
set,
my next one.
had a fantastic limited environment that was super cool, like had just like the jokes and jokes and jokes, literally levels upon levels of references. It was really impressive. It was really cool. I don't think it was perfect, but it's also in the top because it was really fantastic.
I'm gonna go with Urza Saga here. Mostly because I felt like that was the first time in Magic that we really pushed the envelope. Like we said, how strong can cards be? Like, how high? What's the ceiling on some of these different abilities? Some of them were crazy, but we learned a lot from that they put to design later on.
I'm gonna take Lorwyn. Lorwyn had its
Yeah.
had its mistakes, but I have a soft spot for Lorwyn, and I love it. I think that Lorwyn did some things that no other set has even attempted to do. We didn't even have a set without humans in it until Bloomborough came along more than a decade later, decade and a half later. Lorwyn was the combat trick set. It was the onboard trick set. It was so difficult and so intensive and so punishing. I drafted the heck out of that set. I do have a fourth pick now. I think it was M12 was the limited format that I liked the best. That was the last time we had like really good commons in a core set.
Ah,
Um, and it was like a super balanced core set, and it was fun to play, and it added a lot to standard. I'm gonna go with M12.
so my pick here, I'm gonna go with the one that honestly changed how we identify ourselves with Magic, and I'm gonna take Ravnica City of Guilds. I think we would already identify with colors at that point, but I think this was the first time that everybody almost like, for lack of a better term, for like their Harry Potter house, just like
Sure.
this is what I am, this is who I am, these are the colors I represent, and we still do that today, right? Because of Ravnica. So yeah, that's my pick.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw alliances in there.
Yeah.
Alliances
Fair.
saved Magic. I know this is old man Magic and the rocks were soft, and I'm serious, man. Magic was hurting. The people thought that Magic was dead. There's nothing it could do anymore. It's just going to limp into obscurity. And the employees literally said they will put their own money, on the line if necessary. And that's when they said, oh, okay, maybe it's good, and it was amazing. And then my last one, I think, New Phyrexia. New
Yeah,
Phyrexia
that was on. That was in my head.
it was so good. It really got there. It did something crazy. It got a bunch of stuff banned, but it was
Yeah.
unbelievably exciting. Had a crazy story around its release, and like still to this day, we look at that set as a bunch of powerful cards that were way overpowered for what they were.
For sure. Yeah, I probably would have taken New Phyrexia if it gotten to me at the end.
This is going to be kind of an interesting pick, not necessarily even just from set design, but because of what Wizards did as far as a marketing ploy for this. And I'm going with Zendikar.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Like,
was amazing.
Nice.
Just the world design was so different with like living lands and all that stuff, which was really cool. But we also got the fun marketing of crazy inserts with
Yeah.
Zendikar. And like
Yeah.
that was something that was almost unbelievable for us
The
at the
hidden
time.
treasures for
Yeah, if it was
sure.
even a thing we could do. To this point that like people still wonder, like there's still some in boxes when I come across one or whatever. So like, yeah,
Yeah.
can't beat that.
I'm gonna take Apocalypse.
Mm,
Apocalypse was a really satisfying conclusion to the Invasion story arc, and it was the first time we had a focus on enemy color pairs. And we got Pernicious Deed, and
yeah.
got
Mystic Snake.
Mystic Snake, and we got Prophetic Bolt, and we got a bunch of these enemy color cards that
Spirit Monger ruled the roost for a minute. That was
that's
in
Also,
right.
didn't Vindicate show up in
Vindicate was in,
Oh,
Yep.
in
Vindicate
Apocalypse.
was
Yeah,
sick.
exactly.
Yeah.
This was Ravnica before Ravnica, right? This was enemy
Kinda,
color
yeah.
pairs before enemy color pairs really were a thing. We had friendly color pairs and we had multicolor, but we didn't really have uh real focus on black white or blue red or blue green before Apocalypse. So that's going to be my final pick.
All right, that was our top 5 sets of all time. We appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time.